me a lie to keep me in line. You swear it's a sign, but it's the torture to rise. Uncover your eyes, see what's outside. Eventually we'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I defy? And what if I could see you like I saw you the whole time? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to pray. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Poison my mind. You'll never be satisfied. Blame the divine. Eventually they'll find the time. And what if I believe you? Or what if I believe you? What if I go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to pray. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all. You can say anything you like. What if I believed you? What if I could? Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. I'm not your savior, so far away. Blinded by anger, you forgot who to pray. I'll never be your lighthouse in the dust. If I had my way, I'd guide you to the rocks. Go on, give it your all tonight. You can say anything you like. Go and give it your all tonight. Oh, that's not it. Wasted my time. Never out of sight, but always out of mind. Now here I am, at the end of the line. Can we just rewind? Or is this where we lie? How can we stand when we fall out of time? No, I'm just a little bit over it. I'm just a little bit over it. Wasted my time. Why would I ever waste another line on you? Crossing the line. Why would I ever tell another lie for you? Is this what you like? Is it all that you plan? Washing me away, like a name in the sand. No, I don't wanna be however you see me, head buried in the clouds. my heart's on the ground. No, no, I'm just a little bit over it. I'm just a little bit over it. Wasted my time. Why would I ever waste another life on you? You crossing the line. Why would I ever tell another lie for you? You wasted my time. You wasted me. Why would I ever waste another life on you? You crossing the line. Why would I ever tell another lie for you? You wasted my time. Why would I ever waste another life on you? You crossing the line. Why would I ever tell another lie for you? You
Hey yo. Oh, I'm muted for Brendan. There we go. Now I should be unmuted.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hey man, how's it going?
It's going. It's going. Welcome everyone to Talk for Today, the first episode in what seems like 50 years.
Yeah, pretty close. 48, I think.
At least. Wow. It's kind of crazy. I actually felt a little nervous as we were going to start because it's been that long. But if
Yeah,
it's
man.
your first time here, this is a mental health support oriented type of channel where we like to provide a safe space for vulnerable conversations, any sort of anything like that that pertains to the emotional well-being or mental health in your life. This is Brendan. He's been here once before. Actually, he was the first ever guest on Talk for Today back when this channel was called Trav Shred Gaming 48 years ago.
Yeah.
So, Brendan and his family started an organization called Today I Matter. And, dude, I just want to give you the floor and to just talk a little bit about what that is and how it came about and all of that. And we'll just go from there, I guess.
Yeah, man. So first I'm glad to be back on here. Um, we've known each other for a long time. Um, we I love how we always keep in touch with, every once in a while I'll be like, dude, check out this band or
All the time.
all the time. Um, so I'm always glad to be back here talking with you. So yeah, we started Today I Matter in honor of my brother Tim, who lost his life to a drug overdose in January 21st, 2016. Um, his name was Tim. We took the TIM and called it Today I Matter. Really started with the three of us, me and my parents. Trying to find a way to channel that energy that we had. Um, and my brother was somebody who struggled a lot with mental illness, and um, he felt lost, and he felt insecure in who he was and everything, and so we kind of took that and kind of flipped it, and our mission is as really um, to just share about people, and talk about how there's all these images that when you hear addict or junkie or whatever, it conjures up these images, and you hear statistics and numbers, and So we like to put faces on those, and talk about the people, either that we've lost as a community, or people that are struggling. Try to help them have a voice, um, and just share the humanity of it. And we really try to like reduce the shame and stigma is really like our mo. Um, but it really comes down to just being a positive member of the community, and trying to create good dialogue, and like I said, show that humanity, show that personal side. That's really where we channel it. Most of our energy is spent in our we have a memorial poster project, we call it. It really started with like we had a poster sized picture of my brother, that we would bring to different events we were doing. Um, and we had a couple other families like asked to have a poster of their loved one. Um, and so we added a few and added a few and added a few. Um, I kind of lost track. We're up 350 maybe,
Wow.
low 300s that we're up to, from like 35 states maybe. It really just grew and kind of took on a life of its own. um, and so we love the opportunity to kind of display them, as like a wall of memoriam, um, and kind of goes back to that same that mission, to show the face of an addict, and how each one of those numbers is a person, with a family and friends and loved ones and
Yeah.
parents or kids or siblings or um, and so just trying to show that face, and that you know our community loses things, when we lose people. And there's so many different things, trying to take us out nowadays, and especially,
That
not to
truth.
get political, but everything that's been going on lately, just the fragility of human life is on full display lately. Um, and
Yeah.
it's scary. And so it's not, to say this is any more important than anything else. And, this is just the cause that we found ourselves, living in. And it's not a group, a club that we chose to be a part of, per se, but when we were kind of, thrust into that life, we just tried to find a way to make it meaningful.
Yeah, and I think it's so important too to put that face on recovery because like the stigmatic language and a lot of the things people say without thinking about it sort of robs people in recovery of everything that they are and everything that they've gone through and everything that they've struggled on. And to just call someone a junkie just doesn't show that, this is a person, or someone who died of an overdose and you find some name to call them. There's plenty of them, but this is a human being. Like on your posters, I think your brother's was musician, and there was another adjective.
Artist, yeah.
Artist. Yeah. And it's so important. And once you think about, you know the faces and the people that are addicts or are in recovery, it gets so much deeper from that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's crazy. This year was a rough year for that. We
No
set
kidding.
set set another record for most overdose deaths in a year.
It was the
um
record again this year. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah, I think it was 81, almost 82,000 people this year, in 2020, that passed away from a drug overdose. And we've brought things like Narcan into this world and spread those out, which is a great thing. um but so you kind of usually, the I should say lately, the deaths have been kind of trending down,
Hmm.
right? As we have more education, as we have more Narcan out there, the overdose are skyrocketing, but the deaths are coming down, right? Because we're finding different ways to kind of um, interact with people in those moments. But this year, 2020 was another record-setting year, and for a lot of reasons, and um, it's been a wild year. Um, as far as for everybody, for a million different reasons, but as far as this community, it's been a crazy year.
Well, and it's tough when you have a society that, sort of treats the recovery community in a bad way. Like they're treating the behavior of the quote unquote addict as opposed to the person. I think that's kind of what I was getting at before. And I like to think we're getting a little better as a community, right? I mean, especially in Connecticut, I think we're doing a really good job. But I was just at work the other day talking to people, and we only have like 7 or 8 recovery centers in Connecticut, whereas Massachusetts has like 28 or 27. So we definitely have a long way to go, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing that we try to, be somewhat involved in is the politics of it and legislation and funding, and we've worked with different governors and senators of the state, and um, or congressmen, I should say, congressmen and senators, of the state government, and our national, federal senators and whatever, and there's people, I will say there's people trying hard, um, and I won't kind of, I'll stop the specifics of it. There's one senator that we've worked with, um, a number of times, who I've just grown so fond of. Um, he's just put a lot of energy into it. His heart's in the right place. He spends a lot of his time working on this kind of stuff, and he's, all the Connecticut senators have been good. But like you said, we got a long way to go, man. I see it all the time, and um, the like you said, our recovery centers are, it's hard to find a spot, and that's one of the hardest things is when you find yourself in that moment, after years and years of searching for that moment, and you're finally, after all this work and pain and torment and suffering, you're finally at this point where, okay, I'm ready to change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, call us back in 3 weeks and we'll see if we can get you a spot. It's just like,
Right.
okay, well, I'll see you in another 3 years, or, it's so hard to hang on like that.
Well, I
That
imagine
that
too.
intervention moment is
Sorry.
so key. No, go ahead.
Yeah, well, and that's key, but I think, I mean, you could probably speak to this better than me because I know you've had sort of your own recovery journey, but like it's all about multiple pathways, and you have person A saying you should do this, person B saying you should do this, person C a totally different thing. So I guess a good question to ask you would be like, how were you able to figure out what you needed? Was it by trying different things and seeing what didn't work? You know, I I
Um,
I don't know.
I mean, that's I'm a rare case, right? I'm
Why
a
don't you
statistically anomaly
why
where,
don't, why don't you explain if you don't mind, like because there's
yeah,
going to be new people watching this, like kind of
of
give
course,
your background and why you think
yeah.
that.
I mean, so I struggled, with addiction, for a while, um, and it brought me to rough places, and um, it's a place I'll spend the rest of my life doing everything I can never to be back there, and so I kind of hit this moment where it was like I had this opportunity to do something different, and I had this way out, um, and I I had watched my brother go through it, excuse me, before me, um, but I still really didn't know much about it, about recovery and about getting clean, and that whole kind of thing. Um, but luckily I come from, a medical household, where my dad has, been working, on the psychiatric side of addiction for, 30 something years, and so we knew some different pathways, right? And my parents were really the ones that that guided me at first, you know, and I had this opportunity to do something different, and like I said, a way out, and I just kind of submitted to it, and I said, I don't know what to do, but show me where to go and I'll go do it, you know. And I really just kind of gave in, and I got into a recovery center. And you know, at first it was kind of just like, I just want to not feel this anymore, you know what
Right.
I mean? And
Yeah.
I just need to get out of this. I didn't really think about like staying clean, you know, forever or long term, or you know, what kind of life do I want to live. It was really just like, you know, it was like that old foxhole prayer, just get me out of this one, you know, just
Yeah.
anything that I can
We all
escape
do
this
that.
with.
Yeah, we all do that.
And it was my way to do that, you know. It was a way to not feel sick anymore, a way to break that cycle, you know, whatever it was. And so I just kind of went with it. And you know, so my path was one of you know, recovery centers. You know, I did a 10 days in detox. I went to a 28-day program straight from there. From there I went straight into another 3-month program. um you know, and it was really just taking suggestions. It was what, you know, the people that I came across that I kind of grew to trust, you know, they told me to go that way. Um, and I just kind of I listened to them, and I, like I said, I knew nothing about it, so it was kind of just a leap of faith. And um, you know, but when I say I'm an anomaly, you know, it was my first time ever trying
Yeah.
to get, you know, and you know, coming up pretty soon on 2.5 years on your first
Congrats.
try is hard. Thank you. Um,
It's amazing, man.
you know, and so it's kind of, you know, but at the same time, you know, I hate talking about, you know, the statistics. And you know, when I go to rehab, I'm with 30 people, and you know, statistically there's going to be 3 of us left after 6 months or whatever it is, you know. And as true as that is, you know, because I lived it and I've watched almost everybody I went to treatment with stumble. Um, some of them, you know, that we lost. Um, but it's just a personal, you know, it's just an individual case. And like you said, you know, everybody's got different paths, and my path worked for me. You know, it's I should say it's working for me, right? Because it's a never-ending battle. I shouldn't say battle; it's a never-ending journey, right?
Yeah.
Um, you know, and it's just something that worked for me. It's a path that I kind of was guided into, um, that worked. But you know, like you said, there's just a million different ways to go about it. I'm somebody that believes in, you know, some kind of intervention, some kind of, you know, professional help, whether even if it's just therapy, whether it's rehab, detox, you know, whatever it is. You know, doing it on your own is really difficult. You know, it's not impossible. And I was actually talking to somebody recently who's kind of at the beginning of their journey, and asking me, you know, my thoughts on a path. And you know, my suggestion was to, you know, seek some help, and I kind of related it to like a physical trainer. You can go to the gym all you want by yourself, and sure, you can get in shape. You know, you can find some nutrition plan
Right.
that works and some exercises, but that physical trainer can make everything a lot easier, a lot more
Yeah.
efficient, a lot more productive,
You're gonna
right?
get your ass handed to you
So,
though. It's gonna hurt sometimes. That's
right, of course, but it's
it.
part of that process, right? And it's a way to get you where you want to be. And sometimes you need that person to kind of guide you.
I know
You know,
I
where it's
did.
not impossible to get in shape by yourself, but if you have somebody helping you, your chances of success go way up, you know?
Especially like a community of people too. And I think that's what's so good about what Today I Matter does is they literally take it to the street, to the communities, and they say where these people are from. And you know, it kind of brings the awareness that, you know, this can happen to anyone, but that's okay too. You know, like that's like we're here to support each other through that, because that's what it's all about. You know, it's like we said earlier. Unfortunately, the recovery community has been stigmatized for pretty much forever, and through our own wits, I suppose, we've finally been working our way out man. I'm so fortunate to be a part of it now in my professional life, and it's just been a really great experience. And I really appreciate you coming on and, you know, sharing your truth a little bit, you know, again, putting the face on it, right? So we did a little talking. We also said this was going to be called Music in Recovery. So Brendan and I, that's pretty much why we're friends. We've grown up together in the same town. We didn't really get in touch until later in life, and it was because we were going to the same shows, and Tim used to buy tickets from me to my shows, which was really cool. That's how I got to know your brother. And we still send music back and forth, like, dude. So I wanted to take some time. Let's see if I have the wits to do this. Use the technology to where I can get Brendan to see my screen. Bear with me for a moment here, all. Here we go. Share computer sound. And you guys should be able to see it too, hopefully.
Yeah.
Here, let me just pull up the stream so I make sure I know what I'm doing. No, they're seeing my desktop. I may just have to play the music, which will be okay.
We're seeing your YouTube page.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're seeing it because it's on your phone. Hang on.
No. Well,
on mine it's showing my desktop. Let's see a second here, guys. I thought I knew what I was doing earlier, but it's... Let me think about how I want to do this. How do I exit screen share? No, that's not the way.
On the very bottom middle, there's like a share screen button.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to share the other screen. Got this.
We'll get there.
Oh, cool.
We're too old for this weird technology.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, so I can just bring it over here. Now you should be able to see my YouTube screen. Everyone should be able to.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to play. I had a good friend of mine today. Actually, wait, hold on. I don't know if I'm sharing with audio. Yes, I am. Okay. Good friends of mine in the band Dreamwake. They're very good. I wanted to share this because I know Brendan's going to like it. We're big metal fans. So if you don't like screaming music, I'm sorry. But this is what we're going to do. I got permission to play this song, so I hope you enjoy it. They're called Dreamwake from Connecticut. You hear it okay, Brendan?
Yeah, man.
Bangs, man.
Yeah. Yeah. When you find that good riff, you just go with it, right?
Yeah, they're just ripping it.
Pretty great video production, too.
I know, right?
Top notch.
Shout out Dreamwake.
Yeah.
I love that riff, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Good cleans, too.
Yeah, and that's one guy. His name's Bobby.
All right, Bobby.
All right, Bobby. I know the guitar player and the bass player. They used to play in a band called In Honor Of, who Vern Lexington plays with all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, don't fucking tell me.
too. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is Dave. This kid is so talented.
Yeah, man, I'm thoroughly impressed.
That was great, right?
That was awesome.
I
Hell
listened
yeah.
to it on my phone earlier, and I was like, wow, this is really good. Way better with headphones on.
Yeah.
That was Dreamwake. It's the name of the band. The song is Luna. Oop, hang on. Forgot to hit pause of the video. Anyway, thanks for watching that. I don't think we talked really about why music is so important in recovery for us, but I know the adrenaline really had me feeling good. We try to chase that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of what draws me to that heavier music, and it's kind of, it's not for everybody, right? But for me it's just it's all about energy and like passion and emotion, and it's all about that outlet, right? Where um where okay, I'll say most of the time, not every time, but most of the time it's not anger, right? It's not
No.
fuck the world, I'm mad at everybody, you fucking fight people and break stuff, right?
It's that sometimes.
Of course, and those are good, right? You can't
Yeah.
not have Limp Bizkit break stuff once in a while.
A little
You know
bit
what
of
I mean?
crowd killing going on
Yeah,
sometimes.
but it's not all just like anger, and screaming because you're angry, right? It's just about that passion, that expression of that emotion, and so that's what still connects me, and I've been listening to that music, for a long time, and I still, I like other stuff, sure,
Me
but
too.
it always comes back home to the heavy music, and that's just what connects to me the most, man.
Yeah, I love it. And there's something to be said too about, like we said before, like a community. And I mean, you know what it's like to be at a metal show. Like
Oh, yeah.
you would think it would be just a bunch of angry kids like taking out frustration. I mean, I'm sure there's a few people there like that too, but a lot of
Sure.
people are just looking for something to rock them to their core, and everyone is there for the same reason. And you talk to people who have it tattooed on their bodies, and it saved them from whatever it was. I remember when I paid for a meet and greet to meet Under Oath. First of all, I cried. Second of all,
Yep. Naturally.
I talked to the vocalist, and I was like, dude, like your music has gotten me through so much, and it all comes back to the shows, really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, those albums for sure. When you're in a dark place and you have nowhere else to go, you can always visit them. But like the shows themselves, I mean, I don't know about you, man, but I'm really like famished for some metal shows.
Absolutely. It's like you said, it's for a place, and I was all about mosh pits, right? And
Me
I
too.
was in there. I've had, a number of injuries, dislocated shoulder, a broken hand, all kinds of stuff, right? But I still went back and I loved it. At a time of my life, I drove home from Worcester, a stick shift with one arm
Oh
and a
man.
t-shirt. And I drove home with a smile on my face, like it was the greatest night of my life, and it's just about that connection. And and in the middle of that chaos, there's such a place of peace, right? Where
Oh man.
somebody, in the middle of that, whatever it is, somebody falls, there's 12 people jumping to help them up.
I was
Like
just gonna say that, man.
nobody likes seeing
Yeah.
people get hurt. Like
No.
if somebody's being a jerk, there's 10 people that like, get in his face and say none of that, or get out of here. It's not about like hurting people, right? It's not about um it's not about other people, right? Where it's just about like everybody there, like you said, for one reason. And when you're just standing in the middle of that and everybody's screaming the words, and
Oh
everybody's jumping at the same time. Like there's nothing like that. That's just such a drug in itself, right?
You can't deny that energy and what it does to us. And I feel like, I mean, for you and for me, that's something that has really helped us. But I feel like most people in recovery, or they're depressed, or, you know, they're having suicidal ideation, or the anxiety is really bad, or they're in a domestic abuse situation, or whatever it is, they're looking for that peace that you and I find, you know, in metal music in particular. And it's just such an odd thing because it's metal, like you said. Like, it's just
Right.
so, it's an oxymoron, really. You would not think it's there, but August Burns Red says it, man. Angry music for happy people.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, like you find your peace in the middle of that chaos, you know, and well, you said it's a lot about community and connecting with people, and you know, that sense of belonging, and you know, certainly for heavier music, the kind of demographic that usually tends to draw is a lot of people that feel lost, or feel like they don't fit in society, or they don't have a lot of friends, or, you know, whatever, they feel different, whatever it may be. And, you know, for a place like that where they belong as much as everybody else, you know, and, you know, I show up to an Under Oath show. If you're there to see Under Oath, we're friends now, you know. And it's just like
Well, that's
that
what it
sense
is.
of belonging is so huge for so many people.
You meet a lot of people at shows, right? You meet a lot of
Yeah.
people there for the same reason, and it's such a safe place. And I love too, I mean, yeah, I do really feel bad for the music industry and what is happening to bands right now because of COVID. But a lot of them are moving virtually and doing these online things, which, dude, by the way, did you see the Devil Wears Prada is doing Zombie 2, and it's going to be a live
did.
stream? Bro,
Oh my
are you
God.
kidding me?
Dude, I'm taking a day off of work. Like,
Yeah, right?
oh my God.
You need to take a holiday. Good Lord. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're awesome. And of course, like, maybe metal music isn't your pathway, but we're brought here today to, you know, share a little bit with you. And we got a name drop in the chat here. Remember, I crowd surfed at Alexis on Fire at a show in 2019.
Wow.
What's blowing my mind more about that is Alexis on
The
Fire in
2019 part?
2019. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, right. I was just gonna say, I remember seeing them in like 2006. Like,
You saw them?
I did see them at the Palladium in Worcester.
Oh, the best
Man,
venue.
it was early. It was like, I don't know, maybe 07, 08, 09, somewhere around there. I don't even remember who they
The
played
golden
with.
yeaded.
Yeah, for sure. I
Golden
think
years.
I went to see somebody that they were playing with. You know, I don't even think they headlined. Like, it was, but I've always liked them, so I remember seeing them. That was the only time I saw them, but
I'm jealous. I never saw them. I'm a huge fan of like their older stuff, like Crisis and what is the record with like Sidewalk When She Walks, and Accidents is on it too, I believe. Watch Out, maybe it's like the one with the comic looking thing. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah. Did that?
you want to play some more music, dude? How you feeling about that?
Yeah, man.
I was thinking,
It is Watch Out. That's right.
Watch Out. I got it right. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
sorry. Sorry, it just kind of
Oh,
came.
yeah, in the chat. They're on me. They're on me.
There you go.
By the way,
Yeah.
Wes, thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you. I was thinking about, you know, my channel might get shut down, but playing some Under Oath. I mean, I feel like that's the
Wes
band.
in there.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's the band to shut my channel down, right? I might be okay with that. No, we should be fine. My VOD will probably just get muted, but only that part. All right. Let's see if what I have is what we want to watch. Oh, I got a good one for you. They're going to hit us with an ad, too, those bastards.
Dude, Wes is another one that's always up on music and always sharing stuff.
He is.
I love
man.
that kid.
And I
What up,
appreciate
Wes?
I appreciate
What up, man?
you, Wes. All right. So this is Under Oath live.
Backcountry, this is Hannah.
Casting such a thin shadow.
Good choice.
Let's jam it, because this one invokes some
Very good
feelings.
choice. Yeah, this is like yeah.
God, turn it.
It's one of those songs that gives me goosebumps the millionth time I've listened to it.
Wes says, what's going on, dude? Wes is in on the mental health stuff a lot too.
Yeah,
I
man.
appreciate you coming here. You should come on the show sometime, dude. I want to do a group chat. Have like 3-4 people on one day. That'd be really cool.
That would be sweet.
All right, everybody, ready to get sad?
Yeah. Dude, these are the ones that separate Under Oath from everybody else.
Yep. That's the truth. Mind you, this is live on Twitch or YouTube too, so just the production quality is pretty mind-blowing. You let me know, Wes. You got a spot here when you're ready. Here we go.
Dude, just goosebumps every time.
So good. Air drums for days, dude.
Yeah.
level, man.
Dude, I struggle to. I doubt any CD will ever top Define the Great Line. It's my favorite CD I've ever heard in my life, and I don't know if that's ever going to change.
Hey, man, a lot of kids here probably don't know what CDs are, so.
True.
No, I had my ex-girlfriend in high school bought me Define the Great Line. We didn't really even know, like, we heard Writing on the Walls, like, saw the video, and I was like, I like that song. She bought me the record, and I had no idea what it was about to open up in my life. It's that song in particular is really emotional, and it reminds me of when I was at my lowest. Like, I wrote down the line while we were watching the lyric, "In a picture perfect scenery, I become a stick figure illustration." So it just reminded me of, like, when I was in my job, my big boy job, and I was wearing a suit every day, and I'm like, it was this picture perfect thing, but I was dying in the inside. I was a stick figure illustration. And it's the way they're able to paint that picture has just been so key for me in getting better and recovery. I still call my getting better recovery, even though I wasn't.
Oh, absolutely.
Substance abuse. I think the recovery lifestyle can be applicable to everyone personally.
Yeah. And you know, like I was just saying about, this heavier music not just being anger. Man, you want to talk powerful lyrics? Listen to any Under Oath song, probably ever. I mean, he's just, oh man, his lyrics just come from such a deep place, and they're so smart too. Like, just the words he uses and the way he strings things together. It's just, man,
art.
it's art, man, and it's just as much, important to the song as the guitar, the drums, or just the lyrics are. I mean, my brother, I'm trying to remember. My brother gave me They're Only Chasing Safety. I like 2006.
Yeah, it was like, I think 2005 it came out, so it was right.
Yeah, it was right around there, and my brother is the one that turned me on to Under Oath. And like, They're Only Chasing Safety is a great album. Like, I love it because it's mostly just because it's Under Oath. I mean, it's a decent CD, right? And then when I
see, you and I, like, I don't know if we're the best people to talk about Under Oath because we just, like, we'll never say anything bad. Like, it's very hard for us to be objective when it comes to them.
I know. It took me a lot to call the CD decent. I mean, but because for me it's Under Oath, so it's one of my favorite CDs ever. But man, when they put out Define the Great Line, they took such a turn, and man, that CD was so different than any other CD I've heard. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at, I guess, is They're Only Chasing Safety is not a super unique album. It's different because they have their own sound, but it's a lot of like
to that sound though.
Right. But a lot of it's like, verse chorus kind of thing. And but man, when they put out Define the Great Line, they just made such a masterpiece, and they kept going that different direction, and
they're the best. And
that's just, I mean, it's my favorite band ever.
The thing, like, that keeps going in my mind is that, like when I was growing up, it wasn't really, because I was an athlete and stuff, and kind of how things were at home sometimes, like, it wasn't really okay to show my emotions or, like, talk about it or anything like that. And Under Oath in particular, I mean, I think it could be any band for anyone really, is kind of the place I went to get in touch with those feelings that otherwise they weren't being taught to me either way. So when I really had nothing else, like, I had already known to, go back to them, and it saved me. And there's a song for everything too, for anyone out there. Was it kind of like that for you?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely was. I mean, music was just something that just always hit me on a different level. I mean, some of my best memories in my whole life are like, me and Billy Joe and Craig like riding around screaming, listening to music. We would just drive in circles for 3 hours listening to CDs. And it just, that kind of stuff just made such a difference for me, man. And I just, that feeling of belonging and being understood, like, I'm listening to these songs and it's like for the first time somebody gets how I feel. Like I couldn't even understand, I couldn't put into words or like, figure out how to express what I was feeling, and I hear these songs and it's like, oh my God, that explains me.
Yep.
Like I'm I'm not this weird, loner that nobody understands.
Right.
Like there's this band that's from, what are they from, St. Petersburg, Florida, that
Yep.
like
St. Pete. Yep.
yeah, man, that just understands me. It's like I now I have something to hold on to. I have something
Yeah.
that makes sense to
Well, and that's what we all need at the end of the day. I mean, like, what are we doing here? What is Today I Matter doing? What is the company I work for doing? Like, we're all just trying to give people a place where they can find something they can relate to and somewhere where they can really be heard. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was at my lowest point, I felt like I was screaming out for help, for someone to just understand my pain, and I still go through it too. I'm sure you do. And it's so, I think the moral of this, what we're trying to say, is it's everywhere. You just kind of have to seek it out, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things, um, that can mean that to somebody, right? Whether it's music or it's art or it's nature or uh, whatever it is,
Exercise.
exercise, man. There's just, everybody's got that thing that they understand, that speaks to them, right? That understands them. That you know, in a world that makes no sense to me, that I feel like I don't belong in. Here's something that I fit into, and here's something that like I can have something to hold on to, that gives me that joy, right? In those
Mm-hmm.
darkest moments, it's like, here's this one thing that is, 8 seconds into an Under Oath song, I just physically feel better, right? Like
It's crazy.
I feel connected now. I feel alive. I feel like, it's just,
Yeah, people feel that way about a lot of different things too, and that's kind of like our point. I just think we have to, and we're trying by doing stuff like this, trying to get people to a point where they think it's okay to talk about it, to reach out, to make that step. Because maybe it's not music. Maybe like escaping to music isn't gonna be the reality for them. Maybe they need to actually talk to somebody, go to a professional, or join a group, or say to your mom or dad, hey, like, I've really been feeling like really low lately, and this is what's been going on in my head. Like, vulnerability is power, right? Over everything. And I think it's tough, especially for men, I think. And I'm not against women or anything like that. I just think, at least how I grew up, like in the suburbs playing sports, it was just like, be a fucking man. And it's,
yeah,
you can only do that. I mean, I think for me, it worked like maybe 70% of the time,
yeah,
but we all have like the soft parts that are just so important too. And if you ignore that, you're going to express your pain, and right, whatever it could be addiction, it could be depression. I mean, I'll go down the list again, but I'm not gonna.
I mean, it's always important to have some kind of healthy outlet, right? Some kind of connection that you make to something that makes you feel better, that fills some hole, or kind of answers some question for you, or whatever it may be. um there's good and bad options, to everything, right? And um but it's so important to have something that um that you escape to, that that kind of fills that hole, right? When
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this moment where I'm feeling lost and I'm feeling like, I'm at my breaking point, what's something that like what's my go-to, right? That I know is not gonna hurt me. It's not gonna make things worse. What's something that um can kind of get me over that hump that I feel like, all right, now I'm good. I have, whatever it may be. But
What have you like we talked about before? You have, your own recovery journey. Is there ever a time where music doesn't work and you have to do something else? Because it's not a one size fits all type of solution, right? It's
of course, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's definitely times where music probably makes it worse, right? Because it stirs up so much emotion
opens the wound.
and sometimes I'm driving home and just the radio's on, right? And I hear some country song or something I don't even like. And I'm in tears
It's
crying like, like thinking about my life and oh, I miss this girl
an
and
ex girlfriend. Yeah, dude.
right. It's always, sometimes it stirs that up and it's, sometimes I gotta like make myself shut off the music, and for me it a lot of it's writing. Um,
Yeah, I love
writing's
writing
been
too.
something that's man, that's just it's helped me so much, right? It's been an outlet for me, it's been an escape, and it's also been personal, self therapy, right? Where I'm writing all this stuff and it's like I can't understand what I'm going through until I write it out. You know what I mean?
I
And
know, it's amazing. I have the same thing, and I write a lot of poetry, and I've been doing it for so long to where it's literally like painting for me. Like I'll put down a couple words, like an idea that I have, and I can sort of start bending and twisting, and all of a sudden, like it starts making sense, and I'm uncovering like these parts of myself. Um, yeah, the creative expression is. I can't recommend it anymore. Honestly, really can't.
yeah.
You got a light, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, actually, you know what? I was gonna say, do you want to play a song real quick? And I'm gonna go switch spots.
Works.
And I'll be back in a second. So here, I got one for you to play.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Let's look it up.
so it's a band called
Oops. What did I just do? Here we go.
boy, I'm drawing a blank.
You listened to that song I sent you the other day, right? The Johnny Booth.
Yeah, I did.
Dude, crazy, right?
Wild, right? Band called Devil Sold His Soul, and the song is called Loss.
Lost.
Loss, Loss.
Okay.
Um, so I found this band like a week ago, and I've been listening to their album and thinking about this coming up, this conversation with you, and like which song I wanted to pick to show you. And this is the first song I heard by them, and it's different. So
So the album is called Lost too, right?
um, yes,
There's a song. It's like 7 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. Cool. Um, yeah, I can play it if you want to switch things up. You have the link if you need to, if you get kicked out for whatever reason.
yeah. I mean, I'm not shutting anything off. I'm just gonna walk inside and find somewhere else to sit.
All
So
right, cool. I'm just gonna share my screen. Guys, this is Devil Sold His Soul. Song is called Lost.
If you can't
We're gonna watch
find
this ad
anywhere that
first.
can brew your organic beer, you grow your own organic brew.
It's not a video either. Ooh, I like the piano.
yeah, it's another one that might be like it's a little emotional. It's a deep song, but
That's cool, man.
it switches up like halfway through. So give it a try.
The sadness always comes in waves.
Oh man.
I want to live with it someday. Oh, it will never truly leave. Life will grow
You guys at home watching, don't be afraid to just close your eyes and listen. It's good for you.
A little better.
Yeah. I love that lyric, dude. Cathartic. Dude, that was a beautiful song, first of all.
Right.
Well, I had an idea while we were watching, besides telling you all what I think. Maybe, Brendan, we could sort of offer the experience for people who don't understand, like, music as therapy and, like, how it may apply. So, I mean, I know for me, like, in those words, there was, like, so much desperation and, like, obviously loss, someone you lost. I thought of my grandfather. But what does it mean to you? I mean, I imagine losing your brother had a lot to do with it. And also, how do you process that with the song? Big question.
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, obviously that's the first thing that comes to mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the most significant loss that I've had, and that's something that's on my mind a lot. And so, of course, that's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear, a song like that. Um, and it kind of goes back to just, how we talked about, where like I can't really understand, I can't really put in words what I'm feeling, and then I hear a song that kind of like explains it, right? Where I hear this, these lyrics, "You're in every memory that I own, and give it all up to make another one with you," right? And it's
That one
just
got
like,
me.
yeah, man, and it's just that's such a human thing, right? Um, and that's I've struggled with that a lot, and the finality of the loss is the hard part, right? Where, you know, and as we're talking about music, my brother, and you know, I that's the thing I miss most about him, is talking about music and sharing music and going to shows and everything. That's the through times where, in our life we weren't very close. Um, he was an older brother, so we went through, some ups and downs and whatever, and but music was the one thing that we never stopped having in common. And it's been over 5 years, and I still find myself in tears. I hear a new CD that I
Of course.
that I love, and it's like the first thought is, man, I wish I could show Tim this. He would love this, and but it still kind of, brings me that connection to him, right? Where
Sure,
I
man.
still find some peace and some joy in listening to a CD that I know Tim would love, and it's like, I struggle, whether to believe that he can hear it, or, whatever, but it just, like, I wish, more than anything, he could be around to hear it. And we're talking about Under Oath. Like, Under Oath was one of his favorite bands ever, right? And he died like right before they decided to come back, right?
Huh.
And it was just like, man, like, how pumped would Tim be
Oh my
to hear
God.
that Under Oath was coming back, or you know what I mean? And um so, I find some strength in that, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
I can still appreciate listening to a song I wish I could show my brother, or but it's just about that understanding where, um if I struggle to express what I'm feeling, there's a song that explains it to me.
Yeah, it's almost like, well, first of all, thank you for being vulnerable and answering that. I know it's not always the easiest thing to talk about, but um, music sort of, for us, and I know millions of other people, it shows us our feelings, because you don't have once you surrender to that, whether you're planning on it or not, once it hits you, it's like, I get it now. And that's what it's been for me. It's been like that lighthouse, that light at the end of the tunnel, that way of figuring out what's really going on inside of me. And that's great that you had that connection with Tim too. That's like a beautiful thing. It's like it's always coming back to you, because music is so important
Yeah.
for you. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it a lot. I was thinking about maybe doing another tune and chatting a little bit after, and we've been on here an hour and 15 minutes, so maybe we'll close it up after that.
Yeah.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
All right, let me
Yeah.
go to my list here. You want to play some high school jams? Could do that.
Yeah. Tell you what, could I give you one more?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
right.
that. I want to do
There's-
that more than what I have.
There's this one. I don't think I ever showed you this one, so I apologize if I did.
Well, does it? Hopefully, it has a video. If not, no big deal. But it's nice for the people, you know.
Yeah.
If not, no big deal.
It probably doesn't.
I wish I didn't say it like that because now I feel like a dick.
No. I wish it did too, but it probably doesn't.
It's all right. We can vibe here, man.
But the reason I want to show you this, this song is crazy, but it sounds. I don't want to give it away, right? But it sounds so much like, I'll call it a band that we both know very well, right?
Okay.
And I hear the influence. It's almost like another song by them. It's crazy. So
What do we got?
To show it. Band is called Lastelle, Lastelle.
How do you find these bands, dude?
It's
It's funny how they just pop up though, but it's not like
YouTube
back
a
in the
lot,
day.
honestly.
Yeah, YouTube does it, but like when we were young, it was MySpace. It was always
Yeah.
MySpace or Peer Volume.
Yeah.
Remember Peer Volume?
Oh my god, I love Pure Volume, dude.
What is the name of the song?
This cage I built myself.
Got it. Oh, they do have a video.
Oh, they do? Awesome. Perfect.
Excuse me, Dreambound posted it, which I don't know
Oh, nice.
if you know about Dreambound. Most of the people
Dude.
I know who do YouTube music, you can find a lot of good heavy bands on Dreambound. Is the name of the YouTube.
That's probably
channel.
where I find most of the random bands I find. I like every couple days I'll go through like 40 different Dreambound songs.
Yeah, right? No, it doesn't stop. All right, here we go. What was the name of it again, Brendan? Want to say it one more time before I start?
Band is Lastelle, I think.
Lastelle.
I don't know how to say it.
Lastelle.
Lastelle,
Go with Lastelle.
Lastelle, Lastelle. The band is called, or the song is called "This Cage I Built Myself,"
All right, here we go,
and
guys.
I want to know who you hear in it.
Okay, you know I won't
Probably
be able to hold back.
obvious, but maybe it won't click.
Here's a 15-second ad, guys. Actually, just
Yeah.
5. Ooh, Starbucks. I like Starbucks.
Yeah, man. How about that cold crafted iced coffee, huh?
I know, right? I like this already. Should I put my helmet on?
Love when drummers sing.
Me too. They kind of remind me of old Under Oath, but it's not the same.
Okay. Not who I was thinking, but I get it.
Who are you
I hear it
thinking?
too. Hold on.
Okay.
I want to see if you can. I hear it so much, but
I'm under pressure now. He sounds like a dude from Atreyu.
yeah, he does.
I hear a little Confide.
I love Confide.
I didn't get it right. Damn it. Dude, I hear it. It's driving me crazy. Anybody in the chat got an answer? Wes might know.
Yeah, Wes should know. I'll give it to you in a second. So this whole song, all I can hear is Receiving End of Siren.
Oh my God. How did I not think of that? Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Like the guitar layering and the vocal patterns, like that's all. It's like a new trio song.
Wes just goes, fuck. Yeah, super atmospheric, Wes. Ooh. Yeah, they really excel in the melodic hardcore category. God damn it, I keep doing that. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh my God, it's a new trio song. Maybe it's just me, but that's all I hear.
No, definitely.
100%,
Well,
it's like
I have a confession to make, dude. Never really gotten a Receiving End of Sirens. Like, I like their singles, like Planning a Prison Break, but I never dove deep. The guitarist was from Ellington, wasn't he? The original one. Someone was from Ellington, which is the town I grew up in.
Alex was from Ellington. Brendan was from Summers. Andrew was from Agawam. Nate was from maybe Enfield.
I saw them.
They moved up to Boston and added Casey from Vegas.
And he did the Deer Hunter.
Yeah. He brought a whole new sound to them.
Yeah, he did. I saw them.
Yeah, from
where the hell was it?
I mean, I remember they were in a band called Overlook in high school, and I saw them at the Ellington High School talent show.
Really? That's wild.
8 years later, they sold out every show on a 6-month European tour. Like I remember seeing them at Summers Teen Center for like 15 Ellington High School kids.
That's
Crazy.
crazy. And you know what? They were just about to come back when the world shut down too.
I know,
Right?
dude.
It was right. It was
Dude,
right
I
before.
cried for about a half hour when they announced that
Oh
show.
man, I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, so upset, man. I don't know if it's gonna happen now. I
Who
don't know.
knows? I like to
With and
think.
Beyond the Coast too. Like,
Oh
oh
yeah,
my
that's right.
god.
That now
Oh my
that's a
god.
band. That's a band that I fell in love with.
Me
I
too.
really like them. Their drummer, or their singer, was also the drummer on all of the records. They had a live drummer that would
Yeah.
play everything. I'll talk about a talented. What is it with drummers that sing all over?
I don't know.
He couldn't just do what
I love
Aaron
it though.
Gillespie did.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's awesome, man.
I'm always impressed by that.
This was really fun doing this, man. We definitely got to do it again. I mean, music is just such a good pathway, and I think it applies to so many people. I mean, suddenly you're not alone, right? I think that's the best way I can put it for me is what is the movie Almost Famous, where she says, if you ever feel alone, just visit your friends at the record store. Except the record store is Spotify now. That's the only difference. Almost an hour and a half, dude. I think
Man.
we'll wrap it up so I don't spend the whole night playing copyrighted music, but I really appreciate you coming by and being vulnerable and, you know, telling your story a little bit, because of course there were people that have watched tonight and will watch probably tomorrow or later tonight and that don't know about you. Today I Matter, you want to talk about where they can find you, where they can find Today I Matter, how they can keep in touch with what's going on with you.
So Today I Matter, we're basically you know, we got shut down with COVID stuff too. You know, and we had things planned and they all got canceled, and so we're slow right now, but this summer we're looking to get back into some outdoor events and 5Ks and whatnot. So, but we do online support groups. You know, me and my dad run a sibling loss support group. My dad runs a general grief support group. You know, and so you can find us on our Facebook today, facebook.com/Today I Matter.
Yeah, I got it up right here. You can see
the
loss of substance use disorder.
Yeah, we do
free,
that
right?
every other Tuesday. We do that. So a week from today is our off week. So a week from today, every other Tuesday we do that one.
Here's the signs they make. Do we have photos in here I could pull up? Of them, probably,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's some right here. Oh, here's the one with Tim. Right here. Is that your mom?
Yeah, it is. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Brendan. Tim's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see just a name, place, who they were, because that's what it's about, right?
Yeah. They all have, you know, two like characteristics of them, two things that they liked, and you know, some say father, son, some say guitarist or fisher or cook or, you know, whatever it may be. And it's all kind of just that whole, you know, putting a face on it. And these are people that we lost. They're not a number. You know, this is, you know, every one of those is somebody that contributed something to our society, you know, and, you know, they're important for different reasons, you know, and, so yeah, man, I'm super glad to be on here. This was fun.
Wasn't it?
You know me, I always, I'm always down for listening to music and sharing stuff. The conversation is always good, man. You know, I always appreciate a chance to, you know, to get vulnerable and honest, and, you know, I'm lucky enough that I have, you know, the unconditional support of my loved ones, and you know, I have the opportunity to be honest and open and public about my struggles, right, and my story. And there's a lot of people that maybe not have that chance, right, and so there's always people that'll listen, right.
Always.
You know, you may not have the opportunity to go on, you know, Talk for Today and talk about your story and tell the whole world I'm an addict in recovery. I did this, I did that, right? Um, but there's people out there to talk to. Even now there's online meetings and groups, and
Yeah, man. I
I
was
do,
gonna say
I
that.
do,
That's what I
I
do
still
for a
do
living.
therapy regularly. That's something that's another thing that saved my life. I'm a huge supporter, advocate of therapy. I still do that. I do that online. There's ways to get help and people to talk to all over the place. It's not hard to find, but you got to find them.
Right.
Um,
You don't have to suffer.
no, man.
There's people out there. I mean that's why I think it's so important we do this, is that we, as quote unquote regular people, we can show people that it is safe out there. Like, yes, the world is scary, but there's people that care, whether it's friends, family. If you don't have those, professionals in the support industry, people online meetings are everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, I did a meeting today. Actually, we divided it to two meetings, 60 people being trained as recovery coaches. Like, the difference is being made out there, and
yeah,
there's so many people looking to help, so don't be afraid.
yeah. Even in these times, even in the midst of all this craziness, there's
Oh,
people recovering.
you're not alone. Everyone, we're all, it's tough for me too. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
but
home,
there's
I work
people
from
out
home
there.
too.
Yeah, right. There's people recovering though. There's people getting
There
help
are.
and getting better, and that community's still there, just the same as it always is. Um, and so I love being a representative of that community, and I just um I'm so grateful that I have the chance to talk about my story, with so many people who don't have that chance, who we either lost, or for whatever reason, their story's just beginning, or they're caught in the middle of it and can't find a way.
Doesn't
Or
matter where you are.
no, man, everybody's got a story, and everybody's in different places at different times, and every one of them's important, and every one of them's valid and valued the same. um
Right. Right. Well,
and
and
so
that's what I
I'm
say to everyone on here. Like, if you want to come on the show, if you think you have a story to tell, or whether you want to get it off your chest, or you have something, like, come on here, because someone is going to hear that.
Yeah,
Someone somewhere is going to hear that, and that's going to be their saving grace, right?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember just one quick little thing, the story I'll
No,
tell.
man, we're not in a rush at all.
um
So do your thing.
so when I went to treatment, I went to like a detox, and then I went to, like I said, a 28-day and then a 90-day program, right? And when I was at that 90-day program, I would go back to the detox that I went to, and talk to the people that were just coming in, right? And even at that point, what is it, a month and a half, since I was there, and to kind of just share where I was at, and how much better I felt in a month, or whatever it was, and I would go back and talk to these people just coming in, and for me, it helped a lot, because it kept it fresh, and like, this is where I was, a month ago, and look
Right,
where I am
right.
now, or whatever, but so there's this one kid that I met, right? And um I noticed that he had a Today I Matter bracelet on, and um and I asked him about it. I didn't say anything first, just asked him where he got it, and then it turns out that he saw my dad speak. Um, I don't know, at some
Your
event or
dad's a great
something, right?
speaker, by the way.
Dude, he's the best. He's
Yeah,
so good at it. So good at it.
so good at it.
He represents us so well. We're so grateful for him. So he saw my dad speak somewhere. But he told me, when he was really struggling, that his dad was really hard on him, and didn't understand, and just yelled at him a lot, and didn't have a lot of compassion, and just kind of punished him and whatever. And they went together to see my dad speak, and he's like, ever since then, um my dad listens to me. Like, he cares, he understands, he doesn't yell anymore. He asks me how I'm doing and what he can do to help. And he's like, dude, listening to your dad changed my life, because now I have a relationship with my dad that I never would have had otherwise. And that gives him a lot of strength. And he's like, every day I look down at my Say I Matter bracelet and I tell myself that I matter today. It's like, that helps me a lot, and to hear that from somebody,
It's
that's just
amazing,
like,
man. That's
dude, it's,
amazing.
we go through a lot as a family to do, Today I Matter,
No
and we
kidding.
sacrifice, and we put a lot of our personal business out there, and my brother's personal story, we put it out there, and for, and all that comes with that, but when we sit here, the three of us, and we talk about it, and sometimes it's really hard, but those moments are like, when you can kind of just reach somebody and mean something and change somebody, man, that just gives it so much purpose, and it makes all that worth it. And, so it's an honor to talk about it and, share the things that I've learned and, the journey that I've been on, because I'm nothing special. I'm just an example of something that's working so far,
Oh
and
man, you're humble. You dude,
yeah,
you're amazing, and dude, I like honestly, I've known you for. I'm so proud of you and your family. I know they don't know me. I don't really know them, but like, it's just incredibly inspiring what you guys do, and you got the proof in the pudding when you saw that bracelet. Which, by the way, I want one.
yeah, man, I'll get it to you.
It's really great, and we just got to keep doing this, man. It's important here online because I feel like that's where people are going right now, right?
Yeah,
It's tough to go do anything anywhere right now with COVID,
yeah,
but I think things are getting better.
yeah. We're getting there. We're almost through. We're almost through. So, but
Yep.
yeah, there's online support to be had, man. And um, it's important to I remember when I first got clean and started this whole thing, and I had to give up all my friends, all the people I was hanging out with, my job. I had to give up everything and start fresh, and
Yep.
so to have a place where I could like talk to people that understood me and a place that I belonged, and um
You almost
where
had to
it
learn
didn't
how to do
matter.
that again too, right?
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
matter where I came from or what I had done or who I was or money I had or whatever, it's just, I'm just a person that
We're all
needs
the
help like
same.
everybody else. And so to have something I belong to and like people that I could share my story with honestly, that didn't judge me or look at me like, wow, that kid's fucking weird or crazy, or it's like, oh yeah, that's crazy, I've done 10 times
Yeah,
worse, or
right. Oh, yeah.
so it's so important to have people to connect to, and it makes such a difference to talk to people that have been in your shoes, or at least something similar. And um, so the people that I met along my journey are the reason I'm here today.
Me too.
I'm still friendly with the nurses I met in
Oh,
detox,
nice.
and some of the clinician assistants that I met in my treatment journey, and I'm still friends with them. I still go visit one of them all the time. Who I'm sad I haven't been able to because of COVID, but before
Um,
COVID, that 3 month program I went to, there's a woman that works there that I credit basically with saving my life. I went through some stuff when I was in that 3 month program, and confiding in her, everybody, I lived in a giant house with like 24 people, right? And like 11 o'clock at night, everybody would be in bed. I'd be downstairs talking to this woman and spilling my guts and in tears. And we would talk for hours and hours overnight, and
wow.
dude, she just changed my life, man. I credit her so much. I've gone back when I got my 6 month key tag, I went and gave her one. When I got my 1 year key tag, I went and gave her one. Like, she's such a huge, reason of why I've gotten here. And it's just because I allowed somebody to hear my shit, right?
That's what it's
Like,
all
I
about,
opened
man.
up to
Yeah.
somebody, and they listened, and they helped me. And that's the reason that, just about 2.5 years later, I'm here. It's because of the people that helped me along the way. And I was willing to let people help.
Well, and that's what it is. I think we find that we're surprised by who will listen, right? It's
Yeah. I
oftentimes
mean, you
it's a
you
random
never
person.
know. Right. You never know where the help's going to come from, and you never know who's going to make a difference to you. And, so I just, listen to everybody, take everybody, and, you know, seriously. You know, everybody's important. Listen to what they have to say. You never know where that message is going to hit from, you know?
Yeah, no, that hope will find you one way or another. It's just got to be intentional about it, you know. And I think,
Yeah, you gotta be
yeah,
willing to see it.
yeah, and what that's just, I guess, kind of again what we're trying to do here is just sprinkle out these little ways and things that work within the community and people we know. And it was damn cool talking about music too. You know, it's jamming out on some good old burners. You know, the Under Oath
Yeah,
going
right.
and all that. No, it's
Yeah.
been really cool, man. I'm about
Yeah.
to shut her down, but again, I
Yep.
appreciate you. I'm proud of you. Really happy to
Proud of
see
you too,
everything.
man.
Thank you, man. Happy
Proud
to
of you
see all
too.
of it. Um,
I'm grateful to have you, you know, in the recovery community as well.
I love
You
it.
know, for what you do. As you know, on behalf of somebody who relies on that support, I'm grateful that somebody like you is doing that. So,
Thank
and
you,
for
man.
this platform that you use for this purpose, that takes some intestinal fortitude as well, you know. So I appreciate that, man, a
It's
lot.
not just turning on the computer.
No, it's not. It's
Thank you,
definitely
man.
not, man. And I appreciate that a lot. So it's an honor for
Wes.
me to come
Oh,
talk to
dude,
you.
of course. Wes in the chat before I let everyone go says the three of us got to get on and shoot the shit. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that'd be
man.
awesome. We'll hook it up. We'll be doing this. I'm gonna try to do it every week, but life isn't perfect. I'm a busy guy. I do mental health during the day for a living, so it's like there's a little bit of compassion fatigue, and you know it can be
Sure.
tough at times. So just stay in touch. You know, I got my Facebook, my Instagram. If you haven't joined the Discord link, I'm sure it has popped in somewhere, but I'll share that on my platforms within the next few days so you guys can come in and keep the conversation going there. You know, it doesn't just have to be on Tuesday nights. You know, you can,
Yep.
you know, share anything. I have a thread for music. I have a thread for poetry. I have a thread for pictures of food, pictures of your animals, like whatever, you know, makes you feel good. Come share it. Come talk with us. But
Yeah.
that's all I got, man. I'm going to
Yeah.
probably hang up the call and do a quick little thank you everyone, and that'll be it. But again, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, you too, brother. Always good talking to you, man.
Always good. And if you ever need anything, man, I'm not far away. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. You too.
Go Rangers.
Shut up, man. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
We're hot too. We'll see. All right, Wes.
They're
Fuck
losing
the
right
Rangers,
now.
right, Wes?
Oh, these two with the Bruins.
Yeah.
We're losing the Islanders right now, so I'm gonna go
Good.
check out that game, and you know, hopefully I can get the rally the troops a little bit.
I'm pretty sure we're beating Buffalo right now. Yeah,
of
we
course,
are. 2-0.
everyone beats Buffalo. They've won like 8 games this year.
True.
All right, dude. I'll talk to you
All right,
soon.
man. Absolutely.
Be well, bro.
All right. See you guys.
Good night. Okay, everybody. I'm still in Zoom. I guess I'm just gonna leave it that way for now. But I just wanted to thank you all for coming on. Awesome conversation with Brendan. He's got a lot to offer. But the point of all this is I want you to know that you have a lot to offer too. So whether you want to come on the show and we know each other and you know how to get in touch, or you want to just talk, like come to the Instagram, come to the Facebook page, join the Discord. This doesn't just have to be on Tuesday nights. But if you just want a casual listen, that's fine too. I'm here. I love you guys. This journey is crazy fun. I'm going to put on some tunes, and I'll catch you guys next week with a good friend of mine, Dedrick, who is a life coach that is focused on the Foundation for Human Progress. So it's going to be a really interesting conversation. We'll see you next week at 7 PM EST. Peace out. Tunes.